Hey, so the team and I were discussing how best to bring you guys information this year regarding the market. And the best thing we came up with was kind of a mix of graphs, information, facts, as well as our assessment of those. So I hope you kind of enjoy this new take on this. One thing I wanted to explain, I guess, is how we're coming up with these things. So you'll hear these terms a lot moving forward. So I want to explain the absorption rate in a market is the rate at which homes sell per month. The way we factor those in is we take the last 6 months of sold properties, and then we add in the pending properties currently, and then we average that out over 6 months. And that tells us how many properties are selling per month. And so we can use the absorption rate then to factor in and figure out what is our months of inventory. So that's the next term. Months of inventory and how many months we have, which we're in days now. But months of inventory is a factor in which National Association of Realtors and virtually every market analysis person out there is going to utilize this term to figure out, is it a seller's market? Is it a balanced market? Is it a buyer's market? And traditionally, anything under 4 months is considered a seller's market. Anything from 4 to 6 months is a balanced market, and anything over 6 months, we're going to consider that to be a buyer's market. So for instance, in 2008, we had over 7 months of inventory in Salina, Kansas and Saline County surrounding areas. And so right now we're looking at a couple weeks of inventory, and some days, depending on how many homes sell today, we could get down back around 5 or 6 days worth of inventory. Days of inventory are important because if no more homes were to hit the market today, that tells us how long would it take at the current absorption rate for all of the homes on the market to be completely gone. And right now, last I pulled, I think we're at 17 suitable housing units. So suitable housing, the way we figured this in, we want to try to account for the properties that seem to stay on the market forever. And we want to try to keep an eye on how many homes right now are buyers actually considering, because that's a better testament as to where we are inventory wise in comparison to total active listings. So the way we factored that in is we figured out what is the average days on market in the past 6 months, same data. And then if a property goes over twice the average days on market, then for our sake and how we're trying to factor this in, it drops off of what we're considering suitable housing. So it's nothing against the property personally or anything like that. It's just essentially us looking at the market as a whole and trying to keep a finger on the pulse of how many realistic homes are on the market that the market is not already said no to. The active buyers in the market have seen it, have had every opportunity to potentially write an offer on it, and have chosen not to for whatever reason. So that's how we are coming up with suitable housing. And again, you'll hear these terms used numerous times moving forward this year, I'm sure. Hey, so in honoring my promise that I would try to keep these as short as possible, I'm not going to go into depth on any of these. I will make a separate video, and then I'll also probably break down some individual videos for each one of these topics so I can go into even greater depth. I want to cover why hold offers if you're a seller in this market. And I also want to dive even deeper into how to hold offers in this market. There's a very specific way to be done, and I can justify every step of it. I'm sure that it will make absolute just sense to you once you hear the whys behind the hows. Also, why to hold an open house in this market, which obviously most times you're only going to be able to do if you do in fact hold offers. And then also how you can win as a buyer in this market. It is possible. We do it every day. But again, the hows and the whys. So I want to dive in deep there. So just share with you exactly what it is we do.